It's time for Minecraft Me, the show that's all about Minecraft. From beginning level to expert, we'll show you what you need to know to survive in the world of Minecraft. With Joseph Falbey and Chase Nunes, what's coming up on this episode?
Coming up on this edition of Minecraft Me, we are back from the holiday break, and we're going to talk about Snapshot 13w01a, which includes a lot of new Redstone additions, the Minecraft News of the Week, the Server Showcase, your questions, and a whole bunch more. This is episode 57 of Minecraft Me, recorded on Thursday, January 3rd, 2013. Minecraft Me is brought to you by Personas, makers of the Audio Box and Studio Live series of performance digital recording products, and featuring the 1602 Studio Live digital mixer. For more information, visit Personas.com. Hey everybody, hope you had a great holiday. Welcome back to another edition of Minecraft Me. This is the show that is entirely about the awesome game from Mojang called Minecraft. Whether you're a beginner or an expert, we show you how to play this awesome building blocks game from Mojang. My name is Chase Nunes. I am still the level 5 craftologist. But
not my fault.
But I'm not wearing a hat. And joining us, as always, is my guide, my teacher, my tutor, and Mojang lookalike of some guy named Notch. Here he is, folks, Mr. Joseph Falbey. Hey, Joe, welcome home.
Hey, it's good to be home.
Good to have you home, man. How was so a lot of people thought maybe perhaps that we were live last week. We were not. We were
live to tape.
We were live to tape. Our first ever pre-produced episode.
Yep.
You got to see Joe's dance moves, which, Joe, we didn't know you had. I'm really shocked that, that took us what?
I was impressed with yours too.
Thank
honestly,
you.
James.
Well, it took us a long time to coordinate that, actually.
That was like an out of body experience.
Well, and then the thing is, as you guys probably noticed, we were very skinny and fit. Well, what happened is we did that over the summer, and then we put on the holiday pounds, and now we're back. So we did that in the past.
That makes total sense.
Makes no sense at all.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah. No.
But you had a great vacation. I know you did some. We talked about that you would probably be in Arizona and then Southern California. You visited the land of Disney.
I did. I went to Disneyland. Yeah. I spent a day in Universal. Had a really good time. Actually, you spent a day at the San Diego Zoo as well. That was actually really fun.
Isn't that place awesome? I've been to that place. That place is great.
It is a cool place. It was huge. I could not believe how big it was.
Yeah.
And all the different animals they have, and the one I thought was really interesting too is all the plant life they have. They say their botanical collection, the collection they have of plants, is actually worth more than the entire animal collection they have, just because it's such a huge variety and they have such rare plants there. So
yeah.
I thought that was really cool. And then on the drive back, I insisted that we stopped off at the California Science Center because, of course, that's where
there's some sort of space shuttles.
There's something there. Yeah, there's the little space shuttle called the Endeavor. Which,
wasn't that towed by a pickup truck?
Yeah, for a very brief period of time, so that Toyota could do some big marketing thing.
Yeah,
they did.
I know. I'm just
pickup truck, but yeah, it's fantastic. They don't have it in their permanent exhibit. They have it set up in a temporary space, and you walk through the door and it's kind of bright outside. You walk through the door and it's a dark room, and there's this giant white space shuttle right in front of you.
Wow.
And it is truly an experience. And I took a lot of pictures, but none of them can capture the feeling of walking through that door. And
I bet.
It's just so amazing just to see the thing. And that was a lot of fun. And then, we just came back up after that. But it was a good time. It was a good trip. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a weird Christmas, though. Very, very untraditional for us.
Well, you did the touristy stuff for Christmas, but was it busy? Was it really busy down there during?
Disney was really, really busy.
Yeah.
Disney was crazy. Universal, actually, the morning we went over Universal, we did every single thing we wanted and left the park at 2 o'clock.
Awesome.
I mean, we got there at opening and we left at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
We'd ridden every single ride at least once and a couple of them a couple times and did all the shows that we wanted to see. And then we were like, nope, screw it, we're out of here.
Sweet.
So it was good times.
Well, you guys, we got a great show, a great live show wrapped up for you guys today. First off, we're going to cover the Minecraft news as we always do. And then... you know what? It's Thursday. What does that mean? That's Snapshot time, and we have an awesome new snapshot to show. And there's a lot of S's there. I was stumbling. There's another S. And then here's another S for you. We have a showcase to show you.
A server showcase.
There's too many S's here.
Yep.
And then we have some feedback and emails as we open up the mailbag. So we got a lot of great stuff to get to, you guys. So let's get to it. Here is the news right about now.
It's time for this week's Minecraft news.
All the news that's fit to print. Look it up, kids. First,
what is print?
I know.
Everyone out there is going print. What the heck
What's
is that?
print? Hey, in case you guys didn't know, some Minecraft new numbers were released at the end of the year. Can you believe this? On Xbox Live. This is just Xbox Live, the platform that Joe refuses to pay for. 5 million sales. 5 million sales. Pretty impressive, if you ask me. I think that's very good. Now, one thing I haven't read, is it going to stay exclusive on Xbox Live forever, or is it eventually going to show up on the PlayStation Marketplace? I've always wondered that. I can't really find a complete answer. I know it was exclusive. It's been exclusive, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know. There were some. I know when it first came out, there was talk about it's an exclusive launch on the Xbox. You know that it's the only console that has it. But I don't know if that's limited to the Xbox 360 or if it's that was just a time period thing. Maybe the first couple of years are only going to be on Xbox.
I know. Our good friend Colm, he wants it on the Vita. I know he wants it on the Vita because no one else plays the Vita for anything else. I'm kidding.
Or you could just get an Android or iOS device and play actual.
He does have an Android device. He's got a Note 2.
Well, then why does he want it on the Vita?
I don't know.
It's just one more thing to carry around, isn't it?
That's true. Perhaps.
I think it'd be better on the 3DS anyway.
There you go. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Now, talking about more numbers. Now, we were not here last week, so we couldn't. Notch even tweeted this out. This number, I think, on its own is staggering. I wish we could do this kind of number in one day. On Christmas
Everyone
Eve,
wishes they could do this kind of number in one day.
On Christmas Eve, Minecraft sold 453,000 copies on that one day. That is across all platforms, everything, almost nearly 500,000. You know what I see when I see 500,000, Joe? I see 500,000 potential new viewers to this show.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I see.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
And Joe, if each person donated at least $1, Joe, I wouldn't have to worry about trying to find a new job.
Yeah, we'd be going to Disney World this year.
I'd be like, we're going to Disney World. I'd love to go. I would love to go. That'd be great.
But no, I think this is awesome. It further down into this, it talks about how many total copies are out there. In addition to the Xbox passing 5 million copies, there are about 5 million copies on the iOS and Android combined.
Right.
And PC copies, there are almost 9 million, 8.7 million. So it's amazing. I mean, 500,000 doesn't seem like all that much if you compare it to like Call of Duty and some of those other games. But you have to remember, Minecraft has been out for how many years now?
The one thing that really blows me away is when I have a good friend that lives down in California, and she's a mom. She's got a couple of kids, and she doesn't understand the fascination and the popularity behind it. And her kids play it. The friends of the kids play it. And then I did a shameless plug for our show. And then she started watching our show, and now she's hooked.
That's what we like to hear.
I mean, but I was the same way. I mean, remember when I started this show, I said, hey, Joe, I want to do a show with you.
Well, we talked about doing a show for a while.
And I'm just like, I don't know about this.
And I kept telling you need to play the game, you need to play the game, you need to play the game.
Yeah, I know.
I know. Like dragging your feet, not doing it. And
I know.
And then you actually started playing it.
Yeah, I know. It's staggering.
It's been a good ride, right?
It's been a great ride, and we're continuing it and making it even better and better. Yeah. Obviously, because of this motivation, that's why I've redid the studio and put some Minecraft things behind me and really embraced the community and not just Minecraft. We got other things coming up down the pipe as well. Continuing on the Xbox 360 news, there is an update for you guys coming out soon this month to fix some bugs that you might be running into. There was a new update. However, that update caused some Nether Fortress spawn problems and other things. This update should be released by this month. So if you're noticing some issues, you should see that come out this month. So hold your breath. It will be around for you guys as well. And as we said at the top of the show, there is a snapshot to talk about, and we'll talk about the bullet points here first, or Joe will. This is Snapshot 13w01a, and 13's for the year, 01's for the month. And Joe?
01 I think is for the week.
Oh, that's right, week?
I don't know. 13.
I know 13's got to be the year. Yeah, 1's the week. It's got to be. It's got to be the week, because we've heard like 52. So yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
So 1's the week. But what's going on?
This snapshot. Remember they teased at Minecon that the next big version or the next major update for Minecraft would have a lot of Redstone enhancements, a lot of changes in how Redstone can be used, a lot more advanced features and stuff like that. And that's what this delivers.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can run down the bullet points. Circuits are more. They've done a lot of bug fixing
and add some new blocks
and made pistons more consistent, stuff like that. They added the comparator block, which we're going to talk about. A daylight detector block, which I know a lot of people really want.
Yeah.
A hopper block, which is kind of cool, not really redstone related, but could be. It's an interesting feature. A chest that activates redstone. A weighted pressure plates that detect when items are put on top of it. How many items are put on top of it? That sort of thing.
Very cool.
And an actual redstone block, which is really cool. We'll talk about why that's cool and more important, or why that's important when we already have redstone torches and stuff like that. And a new ore block for the Nether, which is not redstone related, but still is kind of important for doing some of the advanced redstone stuff. Added a Nether brick and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yep. Now,
just like a bunch of other stuff.
Now, as a reminder, I know I always want to remind you guys about this. If you want to use the snapshots and kind of learn and play along with us, there's a couple of reminders. First off, if you update your normal vanilla installation of Minecraft to the snapshot, you'll have to make sure you save that minecraft.jar file, or just do that forced update checkbox, and it'll run you back to the current version. However, a lot of you guys are using the older version, so you can still play on the server with us. So I suggest using a launcher like Digex or Magic Launcher. There's a couple of different software packages, and we've covered them in previous episodes. Just do a search on our board, or on our site in the search box, and just type in Launcher, Digex. We've covered it. So just as a small reminder, but yeah, we're going to go through those, right, Joe? I think that's what we're going to cover today, right?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the snapshot and what these new blocks do and what some of the redstone stuff does, and we're not going to get into the more advanced stuff. We're not going to talk about how you can use this in an ALU, a logic unit, or that sort of thing, because
right.
I'm not an electrical engineer,
and I'm a wannabe.
Just the way it works.
I know somebody who is a really good electrical engineer, but she's too busy to play Minecraft right now. She's working on other things.
Well, we should. You know what we should do is we should see if we can call somebody at Intel who does circuit design for their chips, and see if they can replicate like maybe an old 386 or something for us in Minecraft.
That would be great.
I'm sure. I don't know if it would be the first time or not, but I know a lot of people have done a lot of that stuff in Minecraft.
Oh, yeah,
kind of cool.
Well, let's get to Snapshot 13w01a. Haha.
Let's play.
All right, so 13w01a, and let me jump in here. And I am out here. Where am I?
Where are you?
I'm by.
You're over behind the pastures. Yeah.
I know.
What are you doing over there?
I don't know, but why is my?
You having a hard time jumping?
Yeah, I don't know why.
All right.
That was strange. Ow! Yeah, I know. I shouldn't have done that.
Well, once you get inside, you can always take the shortcut to teleport down to me.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the shortcut.
Yeah, I left that there.
I should have just walked over to you, but I'm sorry about that. Press me. What's this button do?
There you go.
Hey, hi, Joe.
Hey, you still look like Santa Claus.
Thank you.
Yeah, you do.
I know. I can't switch to the third-person view. I'm using a keyboard that doesn't have F keys.
First world problems. All right.
First world problems.
So the first thing we're going to talk about is this funky chest that outputs a redstone circuit.
Oh.
And the way it works is
It looks like
If
a
you
regular
see,
chest.
It is a regular chest, but it's actually called a trapped chest. And watch the redstone behind it when I open this chest.
Oh.
See how the very first segment lights up?
Yeah.
Now, if we both access this chest, we should get 2 segments lit up. So now, once I have it open, see if you can right-click on it as well. And I don't know if you can see it on the side.
It just says a normal chest. Oh, there's like a dark bar here?
No, on the outside the view of the inventory of the chest, actually in the game, you should be able to see the redstone sticking out to the side a little bit.
I don't really see it from where I'm at.
Okay, so, it lights up. It lights up two lengths of redstone.
Yeah, I don't really see it, but okay.
So you can actually detect how many people have access or accessing a chest at the same time.
By the way, they're saying you look really thin.
Yeah, someone didn't fix the aspect ratio on this particular view.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, a view. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
Someone.
I forgot to make that change.
Yeah.
You're fixed now. There you are.
Okay. There we go. All right.
I
feel much better.
Well, don't you want to be thin? All right. Anyway.
Yeah, go back to dancing like an elf.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, that's what this chest does. Basically, the more people who are accessing it, the more pieces of redstone are going to open up or are going to light up.
Right.
The nice thing about that is now you can use that signal for different things, and we'll talk about why this variable power redstone becomes important.
I think I need to turn up the brightness here. I think I have a little dark. I don't mean to. Yeah, why is it moody? That's
I don't know.
So weird.
You should change that.
There we go.
Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about are these hopper blocks, and they look kind of funny. That's a hopper. And the idea is that you basically, I'm going to stack this stuff up next to it.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you a full stack of something interesting.
Let me clear out what I got here real quick.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Hey, maybe you should use a different chest.
Yeah.
Here, I'll
I just got too much stuff. Sorry, guys.
Here's a chest down here. Down here. Oh, yeah.
I know. I just threw some stuff in my ender chest. So okay.
All right. So here I'm just going to throw all of these blocks at you.
Okay.
Go ahead and pick all those up.
All right. 15.
And what I want you to do is I want you to stand up here and throw them into the top of the funnel.
Oh, just throw. So I go up here and I hit.
Hopper,
so I go up here, hit Q.
Hit Q. Yeah, hit Q. You'll see they disappear.
Okay.
And after you've thrown a few in there, come on down and take a look at this chest. And now you can see they've all gone into the chest.
Why does this feel like Tekkit to me for some reason?
It does, actually, doesn't it? It feels like some of that aspect to it.
Yeah.
And people have started using this they've actually figured out how to exploit this a little bit and do some item sorting. And actually get items separated to different chests and the way they're organized in chests and stuff like that. But pretty cool. The other thing that's kind of nice about it is if you don't have anything below it and you throw items into it, they don't just disappear. If you right-click on the hopper, you'll actually see the stacks of items.
Oh, I see. So there's a looks like a five item limit, and it's stackable. So.
Yeah. So it's dependent on if the block is stackable or not. So it's kind of cool. It's got some real capabilities. People have figured out really cool things to do with these. Like I said, they've managed to do some sorting with them. Another one somebody figured out is you can actually deposit into a stopped chest on a mine cart.
I think Metasploit's in our chat room right now during our show, and he's saying that automatic farming is going to change. It's going to revolutionize.
Yeah, because you can now, instead of just automatic farming to one spot, you can automatic farm
to many spots.
Well, to one of these hoppers and have everything get dumped into a chest and not disappear.
I love that.
So you could run around your base, hit all your switches, set off all your automatic farming, and have it all dumped into these hoppers and have them all go into chests.
So how do you create a hopper? What's the recipe? Do we know yet?
Yeah, actually, we don't have a recipe yet.
Okay.
So that's coming.
All right.
And actually, if I throw one of these at you, you'll see the block is
work in progress.
Yeah.
WIP.
So they haven't finalized any of it yet.
Okay.
But those are hoppers. Really cool capability. There you go. Cool capability. Something that a lot of people have really been wanting, and like Metasploit said, that'll change a lot of things. Item collection, harvesting, stuff like that.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Another new one is, and this is sort of related, are these special new weighted pressure plates. And what they are is they have a light and a heavy one.
So that's why there's two different colors?
Yeah, and the silver one is the heavy,
Okay.
and the gold one is the light.
Okay.
And the way these work is a normal pressure plate. So let me throw a regular pressure plate out there just so we have a good comparison. I'll throw a wooden one out there. You have your music turned on?
Yeah, like this is a new. Sorry, it's so soothing, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Sorry about
So normal pressure plate, you throw a block on it, it just turns on the redstone.
Okay.
See that? Just turns on the redstone.
Yep, and it takes it down max.
Right, at full power. And if somebody steps on it, it turns on the redstone.
Right.
These new ones, if you step on them, they don't do anything. They only are affected by items. And if you throw one item on, you can see
Wow,
this
that's
is
just
a heavy
one block.
Just
That's-
lit up one block. If you throw on one on this one, you can see it's still just lit up one block. But if you
Right.
start adding items and see how they kind of stack, you actually will.
Well, this one's not lighting up anymore.
It's you know what? Let me try this one. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See how it's starting to extend the signal?
Yeah.
So now you can actually use that to determine exactly how many items or how many blocks are on a pressure plate.
I guess the only drawback to that though is, I mean, they're just kind of loose on top. So if anything gets close, like if any person or you gets closer, it'll just pick up those items though.
Yeah, it will pick up the items, but this is useful inside of a machine or
That's true.
to do some other things. And a lot of this stuff is still in flux, and it's not clear on how the final product is going to work exactly. But those are the weighted. They're called weighted pressure plates, and they're pretty cool. They use like I said, they use gold or silver to make the pressure plate.
Very cool.
Or gold or iron. I'm sorry, gold or iron to make the pressure plate. The next one is the redstone block. Now I kind of teased about this one a little bit and talked about why this is so important. So redstone block is basically just a redstone signal. Now you might say,
what's the difference between this and a torch?
Exactly. That's what a lot of people would think. Well, the problem with a torch is if I set up a block over here, right, and I fire off a piston, and I fire off this piston, it knocks my torch out. If I set off this piston, it just moves my redstone block.
Huh.
So now I was thinking about this. I was like, I wonder if you could do something weird to crash a server, and it turns out you can. So instead of firing this into
no. Oh no! Why do I?
So now you can you just see.
I knew it. How did I know?
And now you have this nice little repeating. Now you can't go too fast. If you go too fast, it breaks it. But
I knew it. How did I know?
If you set it to 3 or 4, it will just sit there and select it. Good for timing circuits and stuff like that. Hopefully it has a little bit lower overhead. But again, the redstone block is huge. It's going to make a big difference in terms of how machines are working.
Well,
and how they're
the other
designed.
thing, too, about the redstone block that I guess I kind of like is you can kind of build it into the infrastructure and not have a hole or a gap or anything.
Yeah, and, well, it also powers every direction. So if you have redstone coming out, just like the torch does, it'll come out every direction.
Is it still the same amount of blocks that it goes out to? What is it, like 7 or 8?
I believe it's the same distance that a torch is.
Okay.
I haven't tested that, but it should be the same distance. So here, the redstone just died there.
Yep, just died here.
And if I...
That seems longer to me, or maybe it's just me.
No, it's always been fairly long.
Okay.
So I'll run this back and put a torch down instead and see if it lights up.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
Yeah, so it is, other than the fact that
15.
it's a block and it can move around, it is the same as a torch.
Is it the same recipe, or is it a harder recipe?
Let me see. The recipe is just 9 pieces of redstone dust.
Okay.
Just in your crafting table, and it'll generate that block. So.
I didn't get it back.
I know you keep wanting them here. All right. So, did I pick it back up again?
You did.
Sorry.
You're meanie.
I didn't mean to.
I know.
I mean, if I'd meant to, I wouldn't have thrown it at you in the first place. All right. So that's the redstone block. Again, people who are doing advanced redstone stuff, that's going to make a huge difference because you can just push it around with a
Sticky piston. Yeah.
and you don't have to worry about.
So you can have an intermittent minute signal of redstone power, essentially back and forth, or however you want to do it. I mean, that's kind of cool.
It makes it so that you don't have to do because there are tricks to get.
Can you put a button on a redstone brick?
Distance, huh?
Can you put a button on a redstone brick?
I don't know. I never tried.
A button or a lever?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
Doesn't look like it.
All right.
But So like a lot of people use this trick to see how this redstone travels,
Yeah.
and then they put a piston with a sticky on it, and when you fire off this piston,
It turns
blocks
off
the
the
signal.
Right. Yeah.
So a lot of people use that sort of thing to break a signal. You don't need that sort of infrastructure anymore. You don't need that. This piston, the redstone block will make a huge difference for that. So it's a redstone block. The other one, so the other two blocks, one of them we're going to skip over. That's the daylight detector because we got to go up to daylight to really show with that.
Okay.
But the comparator block, this one had me scratching my head for a little bit because it's kind of a weird.
What is it called again?
It's called a comparator, a redstone comparator.
Comparator.
Yeah, I'll throw that at you, and you can take a look and see what that looks like. But let me throw one down.
Whoa.
And the idea is that you can put in signal from multiple directions,
Okay.
and it will only pass depending on how much. So let me make sure I get this right. If you put power on this one, it's not passing through. If you put power on this one, it'll pass through. But if you put power out here and then put power in here, see how it turned it off?
Oh, yeah.
So it's more advanced switching. People were able to do this before with complicated blocks, but this makes some of those circuits a lot easier.
Is this Minecraft's way of introducing electronics just a little bit more?
Oh yeah,
This is
it's
awesome.
way more advanced electronics.
Yeah.
Now the other thing that's kind of unique is see how it has this extra red dot on it.
Yeah.
So if you right click on it, you can turn that on. What that does is, if it's off, it will pass the signal through at the same signal strength. If it's on, it resets it so it reamps the signal.
Oh,
so
very
now it'll
cool.
go a full 15 blocks. If I turn it off, it'll go a 15 blocks from wherever the signal's coming in.
Wow.
So a really cool block. Again, this is a high level. It's going to be used in a lot more programming stuff. I
Yeah.
can see this being used in a few other places. If you wanted to have required to have two different switches both be on in order to have a signal go through, that sort of thing. It's kind of a cool deal. Like I said, a lot of people are really looking forward to some of this advanced redstone stuff. I just haven't gotten into it that much yet because I'm not an electrical engineer. But anyway, that's the comparator block. We are going to go back to the daylight detector block, but I want to talk about the new nether block, the new nether ore is what it's called.
Nether ore. So this is obviously something you'd find in the nether, but it's not nether rack. It's nether ore.
Yeah, this actually, these blocks will show up around netherrack. They'll generate near netherrack in the nether, obviously.
Okay. Yeah.
And do you have a pick or anything like that?
I can grab one.
I'll throw a tool at you.
All right, cool.
So go ahead and dig that real quick. And what you'll get out of it
Whoa.
is you'll get a nether quartz block out of it.
Yep.
And the nether quartz is used in some of the recipes for some of the more advanced stuff, some of the newer redstone stuff.
Okay.
An example is the daylight detector block we're going to talk about uses 3 of these
Nether quartz.
nether quartz blocks, and the comparator uses 1 of the nether quartz blocks.
Cool. All right.
So those are important. So let's I think, does that cover most of the stuff down here? I'll make sure I didn't get anything. They did a bunch of bug fixes. Oh, they also changed how inventory management works.
Okay.
I haven't figured out exactly how yet. I'm still working on that. Oh, actually, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, let me throw you a whole stack of stone.
Okay.
So go ahead and divide that stack up into like 3 or 4 separate piles in your inventory. And then just double click on any one of them.
All right. So I have like, so double click. Oh, wow.
So what it'll do is it'll automatically
Did you
bring
guys
all of the
catch
different
that?
stacks together.
All right. So I'm going to do
into
this again. So
one
I'm
full-size stack.
going to right click here, you guys. Split to here. I'm going to split it again to here, and I'll split it this 32 over here.
And then instead of clicking on one of those, why don't you click on that 4 block that you have at the start instead?
Bam! Look at that.
So it'll bring all those blocks together.
Wow, that is really useful.
Yeah, definitely cool.
Really useful.
See, drag item stops around. So another one that's pretty handy is if you drag blocks. Oh, that's a really cool one. Okay, you'll have to play with that one too. So go ahead and dump your inventory back into this chest. Basically everything you have.
All right.
except for a full stack of the stone.
All right.
So you know how we've always fought with having to divide up blocks when you're doing crafting or something like that?
Yeah.
Go ahead and bring your inventory back up.
Okay.
And grab that full stack of stone.
Okay.
Just click it to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then click and hold and drag it across your inventory. And you'll see it's going to automatically split it into equal stacks as you drag.
Oh, wow. And
So-
I can keep doing that too.
Yeah, you can just keep doing that, and it'll keep splitting it up into equal stacks like that. So you can imagine, like, if you're making a lot of rail or if you're making a lot of those kind of bricks, you can just spread it out into your crafting bench really easily.
Now here's the best part. So there you go, guys. I split out a lot of these.
Yeah.
And then I'll just double click this. Bam.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's a cool one. What else? Shift double click items in a crafting area to place all items in the inventory. Shift double click an item stack to move all other item stacks of that kind to that part of the inventory. So, we have if you shift click an item, it goes to another slot.
Right.
So if you shift double click, it'll gather all the items together and put it in another slot, that sort of thing.
I like that.
So really cool. Definitely cool stuff. Let's go upstairs and talk about the daylight comparator,
Cool.
or the
daylight detector
block. Yeah.
Doop 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 doop.
Oh, and Smiley Mouse is telling us that we need to hover over a block and hit a number. Oh, okay, that's cool too. So bring up your inventory
Okay.
and hover over the stone blocks and just hit like the number 1. Boom! It was into that place.
Oh, I see. And if I want to put this to 4.
Yep.
2.
And it'll actually swap with whatever block is there if you have multiple blocks.
Sweet.
So definitely cool stuff.
Nice features to management. I like that.
Yeah, some of those are things that are really, really long in coming. I mean, I'm glad to have them here. So this is a daylight comparator block. I'll throw you one so you can see what it looks like in inventory.
It says daylight sensor.
Yeah, sorry, daylight detector block. Pardon my hacking. And by hacking, I mean coughing, not cheating the system.
Right.
All right, so I'm going to throw this redstone out here, and you can see it's lit up this redstone. Just to make it a little more obvious, I think I'll actually do this a little differently.
Oh, a little, yeah.
All right, so let's throw some of that out there. Okay, so you can see, obviously, not all of the, normally if I throw a lever right here and I turn this on, you can see it lights up all of that.
Right.
But you can see it's only lighting up some of it right now. So these detectors actually are based on what time of day it is, how much sunlight.
So right now, obviously, it's morning.
Right, it's morning, and you can see as the sun comes up. Watch these blocks; you'll actually see them light up one more every few seconds. Let me add a few more here. And one thing people have done with this that I've seen some people talk about doing is doing setting up a command block that, when it detects night, sets it to day. That sort of thing.
Oh, wow.
So
Very
when
cool.
the lights turned off, it actually sets it back to day. So, but you can see it's actually growing ever so slightly. It's lit up to there right now. And
there
you can see
it just went to the next
yeah.
one. Yeah.
So that's really cool. You can actually exactly detect what time of day it is or how much light is coming into the system. Then, of course, if I set it to night, you can see it drops right down.
Solar panels.
Yeah. So I mean, definitely this is a big one. People who wanted to control their lights. What I think this is really cool for is, think about it. You could have it set so that at dusk, one set of lights come on. At like later at night when it gets really, really dark, a whole other set of lights come on.
Right. Yeah.
So you just get adding more and more light to compensate for how dark it's
now,
getting.
are these stackable where if you add more sensors, it does more, or not really? Like,
I don't think so, because I think each one is going to be basically they're each going to pick up the same amount of light and then drive at the same distance.
I see.
If you want to use this in such a way, so here we'll get into what the comparator would be used for. If you want to use this for pushing a signal out a long ways, drop it into that comparator. Let's see if I get it the right way. Yeah, this should be right, I think. We'll find out. This is why I try not to do
Metasploit in our
Right,
chat room saying his whole 8-array day-night sensor is now redundant with one block.
Yeah, I mean that's just the way it goes with Minecraft, though. I mean,
Right, yeah.
You know, we talked about the locking, the locking relays. We talked about those in a previous episode, or the locking repeaters, and people had developed ways to do that, but they took up large areas. Usually a 4x4 area or bigger sometimes.
Right.
And now they can do it with one block, and it's the same thing here. Is this system that would have taken a lot longer can now be done with one block. So this, you can see, will repeat the signal out and make it full strength all the way out. And then you can even add if you wanted to add a light switch. So we'll throw a lever right here. It's right here, and you can see I can have a light switch, independent light switch, just to turn it all off.
Oh, there you go, like an override, if you will.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but I think these are cool.
These are some great additions.
Yeah, some really, really good additions. It's good to know. I mean, it's good to see where things are going. And remember, this is just the first snapshot for this release. There's probably going to be more additions coming down the line. Oh, great. I'll try to give it just a sec. Oh, there. So yeah, I mean, these are just the first round of additions. I think there's going to be a lot more coming down, and a lot of the stuff will be refined, of course, before the final release. So, but really cool. I'm super excited for the redstone blocks and the daylight detector. I think those two things by themselves make a huge difference.
Oh
in the
yeah,
game.
absolutely, and
I know that
it's
there
a game changer.
Oh yeah, and I know there are a ton of people who are excited about the comparator block, and we're really looking forward to that when they heard about it at Minecon.
Very cool. Anything else we want to cover real quick?
In this snapshot, that's pretty much it. So we did the trapped chest, which again detects how many people are opening it and lights off redstone depending on how many people are there. The hopper blocks, which allow you to move items around, sort items between chests. And there is a way, they haven't finished it yet, but there is a way to pull items out of a chest into a hopper block. So
if you guys have any questions in the chat, feel free to pop them up, and we'll answer them real quick before we move on.
Yeah, the weighted pressure plates. Again, it's for item detection if an item falls onto it. So you can have it activate redstone, and it'll change how powerful the redstone signal is based on how many items are on top of them.
Cool.
The hopper, when it's full, I think it'll just overflow. I don't think it will. So if I set up a hopper without having a chest for it to go into, and then I throw items into it. So I'll just start throwing a whole bunch of these.
Yeah, but it's going to take 64 of those, so you'll need 5 separate items.
It'll be fine. Yeah, I'll just throw one of each into each one of these.
Okay.
So that'll be fine. So I'll throw here's a cobblestone block, which you didn't pick up. There's a cobblestone block going into it. There's a dirt block, a grassy dirt block. Here's the daylight sensor, and here's a redstone lamp. And you can see the redstone lamp just didn't get collected.
So it just kind of sits there.
Yeah, so it's just overflowing.
It actually
bounced it out.
It bounced it out.
So yeah, the hopper, if there's nothing to dump it into, will eventually just overflow.
Cool, awesome. All right.
So, but so that's the hopper. We talked about those. We talked about the weighted pressure plates. The redstone block, again, a really cool thing. Nether ore. We talked about that. People who are worried about it finding it on our server, remember the nether part of the server is not pre-generated. So as people explore more of the nether, that nether ore will come up with this update.
Yep.
We didn't talk about nether brick. They've added the nether brick item so that you can craft nether brick. What? Oh, right. You can you can smelt netherrack and get nether brick out of it now, and then you can put the nether brick together just like you would stone bricks or anything like that, and get an actual. Let me see if I have it in here. I know I have it in here. So here's the. There's another brick. There's another rack, and here's nether. So here's a nether brick.
Okay.
Here's a more different nether brick. It's named the same thing, but it's still a nether brick. And here is nether rack. So now you'll be able to craft the nether bricks and stuff like that. And you do that, like I said, by smelting nether rack.
Very cool.
So we didn't talk about that, but there we just did.
And stuff.
Inventory management, the whole clicking, double clicking, all that kind of stuff. I love the click and drag to fill out an area. It makes me. It's like, oh my goodness, ladders are going to be so much easier to make.
I bet.
Comparator block, talked about that. Daylight detector block, and the last one that they listed in here is fixing some bugs, because there's always bugs. I mean, that's just,
of course,
that's the nature of
now the estimated time for this release was going to be sometime by the end of January. I think they were shooting for, right?
I'm not sure. I've heard different reports. I think I remember somebody saying sometime in February. I would say pretty guaranteed that it's going to be sometime in first quarter of 2013 at least.
Okay, so maybe 3 months.
It conceivably could be up to 3 months out. Hopefully we'll see some pre-releases by the end of this month, maybe early in February, and the final release sometime shortly thereafter. So, but definitely cool. I'm super excited about that. That's going to be a pretty every one of these updates is like, well, it's going to be a major update. It's
the Redstone is really, really cool because just because of the fact that we're getting ready to build a whole new community build project here coming up, and all these things, like it'd be great to have the light detector turn on the stadium lights automatically at night and not have to worry about making this elaborate array to hack it to make it work. It'd be real simple just to do it on its own. I mean, that's the best part. So
the lighting stuff is awesome. There's just so much cool stuff that they're adding to it. I'm really, really happy to see all this stuff coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, very cool. So Joe, we have let's see here. I think we have a server showcase, I believe, to cover now.
We have.
Yes, and this is one that you picked this week. So
I did.
The pressure is on you. So I'm going to play the music, and we'll jump in. It's time for the server showcase of the week.
Server showcase of the
week. Fun stuff. All right, we're back. Okay, so Joe, I need to make myself visible for you.
Yep,
huh?
I was just going to complain about that.
There you go.
All right. So I teleported your Santanus over here.
Okay.
By the way, you're still flying a Santa skin.
I know. That's all right. Who cares?
So this actually is done by, make sure I give the right credit. Targon. This is actually in the old world.
Ooh, we're in
this
the
is
old.
not in the new map. So they really wanted to. I was really pushed to get this in because they wanted to do it before the old world map goes away.
That's true. Yes.
Maybe even this weekend. So this was recommended actually by Kukagawa.
Kook something.
Kook something. Anyway,
it's not important.
Everybody knows who he is. So Kook.
That dude.
Yeah. So this is recommended by him. It's a really cool castle. It's fairly well done, pretty complete. He's got a little village on the outside of it, and you can see here's his entrance to Castle Targon. And he's got those nice little gates and doorways and hedgerows, and you can see that here's a portcullis and stuff like that. And you can see a big old flag out there. But a cool castle. He's got even a little swing over here. And I haven't gotten a full tour of the place yet, but my understanding is we'll find a few people in some of these buildings who are hanging around. I just saw DX9S disappear behind out into the forest. There he goes, running away. But a lot of cool stuff. One of the things I thought was pretty interesting that Kook showed me was there's actually a secret entrance to this place. If you go all the way, and we're kind of gonna cheat because we're just gonna fly over.
Where are you?
Here I'll there you go.
Oh,
all right. So you can see this is the secret entrance. You can't get in through that gate, obviously, because the water is flowing. But if you come over here, if you have permissions, you can throw that switch to open that door, and get back down here, and get into his castle through the back gate. And Kook's in the way right now. And let me go close that iron door.
Whoops.
So, go up that ladder.
There we go.
So yeah, there's the back door into the castle, and a bunch of cool stuff going on out here. I don't even know what half this stuff is. Inside of these buildings, See where I flew up here? He's got some somewhere around here. Cook showed him to me earlier. Now I don't know where I'm going. I'm going to follow him. Where'd you go? There you go. So yeah, if we head up here, here's his rooms with the really cool carpet effects on it.
Oh wow, I like this.
And Kook himself hiding in the corner. And if we follow him across the way, wait, no, where's he going? Oh, we're going outside now. Oh, nice balcony and everything out here. Good view. So but the thing about it is it's really complete. It's again, it's done in the old world, so it's not done in a griever prevention, anything like that. If you get a fly up, you can really see a good overview of what that front area, with
it's very, very symmetrical and it looks beautiful.
Yeah, I think it looks really nice. It's a beautiful build. I was really impressed with it when he showed it to me, and I think it's deserving because this is the last hurrah that this map is really going to have, because it is going to go away very soon.
But don't worry, you guys. If this is something that you want to check out, you'll be able to in your own personal world, because we'll have this available for download. So
yeah, so if you're willing to download the it's like 4 gigs or something like that, compressed, then yeah, you can load this up in your Minecraft player. You can load it up as single player. You can come in here and do whatever you want, take a look around and see the whole thing, everything that people have built, and it's just really fantastic. I think I'll put I'll put together a good map, Google Maps style render of it too before it goes, so people can browse around and see what's all there from there.
I think that'd be a great
really
idea.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that'll only take like 8 or 10 hours.
Awesome server showcase. And who was this again? Targon.
Look up at the flag. It says Targon.
Targon, take me away.
Targon's castle in the old world.
Very, very cool. And this was near the what was this bridge again? What was it called again?
Oh, is this the
Kessler Causeway or
the Kessler Memorial Bridge? I think?
Yeah, Kessler Memorial Bridge.
Oh no, this isn't Kessler Memorial Bridge.
This is just some other bridge.
This is just some other bridge. This is a random bridge. This bridge is unnamed.
This is so random. So nice. Very cool. And one of the things I want to let everybody know about the server showcase of the week, you guys, is that I'm going to be changing the form up a little bit. I'm going to be wiping out all the nominations that are in there right now. I'm going to redo the form. I'm going to not wipe it out, because what I want to do is in the future, shortly in the future, hopefully maybe in a couple weeks, I want to be able to contact the person who was nominated and maybe have them record an audio form or maybe a video, if they can do it, of their creation, why they created it, what they did, maybe a couple minutes, so I can play it for this. I would probably ask them on, but we record this at such odd times and so late, I don't know if that'd be realistic. So,
well, and the times for other people is
it's
completely different from where we are, right? It's
Yeah.
an international podcast, or it's an international show, so it's hard to predict where people are.
Exactly. So yeah, I just want to
For
let.
all I know, people could be watching this next Tuesday. I have no idea.
So yes, I'm gonna wipe out the nominations. The form's gonna change, and when it does change, there's gonna be some new options, new things in there, new information that I want to collect. Because what I want to do is showcase you guys better, and I think it's well deserved. I really want to hear from the creators of some of these awesome things, because these are names that we don't get to see on the server. Sometimes we're on completely different time zones.
Yep.
And so but I'd love to hear from you guys. I really would, and I know Joe would too. I think
and the other thing too is I know there's stuff that we always miss. There's always something that people come to us after we've done the episode. They come and say, "Oh, you should have gone and looked at our something," and we're like, "Well, we didn't know it was there."
Yeah, so
sorry.
The form's going to change a little bit. I'm going to be wiping out all the nominations. So I'll tweet about it when we relaunch the new form. Should be here in a week or two. I got plenty of time on my hands, sadly. So right now, hopefully our admins, our moderators, are throwing out some experience well-deserved in front of our Great Spawn Manor. So I'm going to teleport right there to them right now. Hopefully, maybe. Let's see. Let me jump in.
I think DX9S is here helping me. I am.
Oh, and there's so many. Like I said, I'm not going to mention all the names. but I know we got a lot of people here. Let me just double check. How many people do we have here, Joe, in the server? I think it's like 40 something.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
There's a lot of people in here.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, won't be able to give all you guys credit because we just got too many of you guys in here. But we'll definitely hang out after the show and talk to you guys because it's been a couple weeks. But thanks so much for being here with us as we do this show live. Remember, our server address is mcserver.geekgamer.tv. But remember, head over to our website first to check out the rules. Hey, thanks for the experience. Oh, you guys.
It looks like we have the magic number on here. It looks like we have 42.
We have 42. Nice. And of course, there's going to be lag at spawn. There's so many people here.
Yep.
It's crazy. So, awesome stuff, as always. Thanks to you guys. You guys make it possible. All right, Joe, it's time to go to the mailbag. It's been a while. It's been a couple of weeks. So it's filled up pretty nicely. It's time for the Minecraft me messages.
It's time to dip in the old mailbag. It's time.
Minecraft me messages.
The great Jace Rossi with that, by the way. He's not doing a show anymore. I'm very sad. Geek Invaders has been sunsetted because he's working his butt off. He's working for the man now.
That's no excuse.
So we got a couple of awesome emails. A couple of videos, and I'm going to pull up the first one here, and we'll play this off. And here is the I might have to turn it up a little bit. Here's the first video question. Here we go.
Hi, Joe and Chase. It's Michael 244892. Just listening to the Christmas special, and you said that you were thinking of removing locking chests by hitting it with a stick. I would ask you to keep that. I have some permissions set because of a zombie spawner that I have that requires people to open a chest and push buttons. If you take away the ability to lock chests, some of my chests will be open that anyone could get into them, which is something I really don't want to have. So if you could keep that, that'd be great. The other thing was the having a map just to mine for resources, or like a resource map, I think is a great idea. Because it's survival, people still have to go out and get resources, but yet it'll make the main map last longer because the resources won't be depleted by using the resource maps. Anyway, thanks for all you guys do. We'll see you.
Awesome. Thanks for the question. Joe, since it's more geared towards you, take it away.
Well, the two parts, right? The first part was chest locking.
Yep.
Chest locking was something we put on the server a while ago to try to combat some of the griefing so people couldn't destroy other people's chests or gain access to them, stuff like that. And now it's, at least in my opinion, it's somewhat superfluous because grief prevention has the same capabilities built into it. It's a little different. It doesn't work quite the same way, and people aren't used to it. And the other thing is your chests have to be inside your claim to be lockable. So I understand what he's saying. We'll have to think about it. I'm not sure. I guess there's no real. I don't think the chest locking system uses a lot of server overhead, so there may not be a good reason to take it off right away.
Right.
But I have had some weird issues with it in the past, where chests will sometimes get unlocked if the server restarts or if something changes. So
got it.
I don't know. Well, I'll leave it on for now. If people have a really strong opinion on it, either way, we can always change it later.
All right.
As for resource maps, that was something we talked about when we get rid of the old world map. Maybe having resource maps that were smaller, something that people can go into that maybe get refreshed once a month, and it's just there for resources. No claims, no anything like that.
Just
no
completely Wild West.
Yeah, no complaints about griefing, no complaints about somebody stole my space. You go there to gather material to
At
take
your own
back
risk.
to the main world.
Yep.
To do your generation.
Yep.
And the only thing it'd be is it wouldn't be PvP, but theoretically, right, somebody could still figure out how to kill you. So yeah, it'd be very Wild West, but it would be a spot to gather resources so you wouldn't deplete all the resources in the main map, which is probably a good thing, because that is a concern.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll probably I'll probably work on it. I don't think that will be something I'll get to right away, but that is something that I think we want to do. And we definitely want to add to the server, because that is, I do think it's a valuable thing.
I think it's very valuable as well. Great ideas. All right, here's our next video question.
So, hey, Joe and Chase. I was just wondering if maybe on a show of yours in the future, maybe you guys could do a video of searching for Herobrine, like in kind of not like an adventure mode, but something like that about searching for Herobrine to see if he's real, because I wanted to know because I haven't found him yet, which that's what I'm trying to do. But if you guys do that, I will be watching. So thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for the question. So you guys know how Joe feels about this. We all know, and
there's no hatred. I know people think I hate the idea of Herobrine. There's no hatred there.
No.
It's just it's a non-issue.
I know. But I think what we need to do, I really think we need to do this. We need to do the ultimate episode, the end-all episode of Herobrine. The history, the who, the what, the when, and where, the why. We be like CSI style or Mythbusters style, and we completely put the subject of Herobrine to bed once and for all.
It'd be like 10 minutes.
Oh, brilliant. Come on, man. Come on. Well, I say this, you guys. I say this. I'm going to leave it in your guys. We need to leave it in the audience's hands. So here's what I'm going to do. Probably tonight or tomorrow in our community forum.
Oh, you're going to put up a poll.
I'm going to put up a poll.
Oh, jeez.
And this poll will end exactly in 2 weeks. It'll be I'll give you guys 2 weeks because I know some guys download, in a few days, whatever. So it'll be a 2-week poll, and no one else put up the poll. If anybody else puts up a poll, I'm deleting it. Okay, so I'm putting up the poll, and I'm going to stick you the topic. If you guys want us to do an episode about Herobrine, yes or no? It's real simple. We'll let the community decide, Joe. It's only fair. You got to take your biasness out of it.
I don't have it's not a bias.
I know.
I'm not really. It's a non. Never mind. All right, whatever.
No,
if we have to do an episode on it, and hopefully that will. I mean, we've talked about it.
I know.
On so many previous occasions, but if we have to do a full episode just on something that doesn't exist, then I guess we'll do it.
Yes. All right. So it's time for some. We got a few written emails to get through, and Joe, you want to pick first?
Oh, sure. Yeah, make me pick first.
All right, fine. I'll pick.
I've gone through and read them all.
I'll pick first. I'll do it. I'll start first. I'm going to start from the top down. First email comes from Adian or Adian. I'm not sure how he pronounces his name. But I joined your wonderful server a couple of months ago. I wanted to buy a bigger house, so I did a half a stack of diamonds and the same with iron, only to find a couple of hours later that I bought someone else's house. The admin said that I had 5 days in his hotel until I could find another place or I'd be kicked from the hotel. I got banned anyway for doing nothing. Please message me back or when I could do it. Now, these kind of private transaction situations, we don't really get involved with. It's kind of weird. It's like at your own risk, so to speak. I don't know what to say to these kind of situations unless we start opening up a Minecraft People's Court, which could be an own sub-episode on its own.
Right, there's no real currency on the server. People
there
are
isn't.
Trading. It's very much a barter system where people trade whatever they think is worth. And the hard part about that is there's really no enforcement for the whole system.
Yeah.
I want to go back and
our admin says he was banned for griefing. So
well, yeah, if he was banned for griefing, then he was banned for griefing.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why he would want to buy a bigger house when the idea is you claim land you want and then build your house there. So
maybe
I guess
trying to take a shortcut and try to
you can trade with people, I guess, to get a bigger house, but you can't trade claim blocks with people. So even if somebody said, "Oh yeah, here, I'll unclaim this; it's yours now," if you don't have the claim blocks to do it, you can't claim it. So I don't know.
Email in from Jay Winco, and here's what he says. 1, why do you guys dislike Captain Sparkles? I don't think I've said I dislike Captain Sparkles.
Have we ever? No.
Have we? I don't think
No,
so.
we've played some of his videos.
Yeah. No, I don't dislike him at all.
Yeah.
2, how often are you on the server? I haven't seen you guys at all. Well, I've been on the server quite a bit. You can ask a lot of the guys. They've seen me on there, so I don't know. Joe has been on vacation for the past couple of weeks, so that's why. And 3, Joe looks like Notch. He's probably tired of hearing it, though. You should get a fedora, Joe. Joe has a fedora.
I do. I'm actually. I knew this question was coming, and I meant to grab it, but I'm not sure where it is. I don't have it right here.
I think we need to clarify this once and for all, Joe. And this question came in from Digital Dude. I think it's Digital Gad Dude 20. Plays on our server. Wants to know, when will the server update? Probably this weekend. And 2, will the old server be old world be deleted? Yes, but we will have it available as a download.
Yes.
I think that's definitive.
Yep, that's the plan. So it'll be whenever I have a chance to get to it. I'm gonna guess Saturday. I'll try to do it in the morning. Hopefully, it won't affect that many people on the West Coast at least. Although, it doesn't matter when I do it, people are gonna be playing in it. So, but yeah, it'll probably be it might even be an hour or 2 downtime while I do the update, because I have to update all the plugins for it too. But after it comes back up, you will not be able to get to the old world, and but I will make sure that the old world map is available. We're gonna I think it's Mailbag is gonna distribute that. He's gonna set it up on a torrent.
Yep.
And we'll have a link to that on the
website.
On the website for sure.
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to download that, like I said, and play it to your heart's content.
Yep. Very easy stuff. Napoleon 250 or D-Man wrote in and wants to know what program would allow him or other listeners or viewers of the show to run more than one version of Minecraft at one time. Now, I'm not sure if you're trying to ask the question if you can run 2 separate instances at Minecraft at the same time, or you're wanting to run multiple different versions of Minecraft. If you're wanting to run multiple versions of Minecraft, there's the Digix launcher, there's the Magic launcher, but I don't know if it's real. You can't do 2 separate instances at the same time, can you, Joe? Can you?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
I do it with because our show server, this show server we were running the Snapshot. I had that running, and I had the 1.3.2 version running at the same time, so I could get in the pub server. And yeah, you can certainly run them at the same time. You just have to. The easiest way is to use a launcher like Magic Launcher or something like that to launch both instances. But yeah, there's no reason why you can't.
All right. I wasn't sure about that. So
I think you'll run into problems if you're trying to. You can use the same login from the same IP address, but I think if you're trying to use the same login information for your Minecraft account from 2 different IPs, it'll kick off the older one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Sure.
So, or Karen Farley in our chat room is saying use multi-MC.
Multi-MC.
I don't know what that is, so I can't speak for if it's good or not, but there's another option.
There you go. By the way, you guys, if you have these like kind of general community questions, feel free to throw them in our forums as well. We have a great community in there. Yeah. Very helpful.
Okay. I got the next one.
Go.
This is from Connor, and he says, Joe, if Pocket Edition has an online multiplayer server type thing in the upcoming update, will you set one up? Because I have an iPad, and if you do, I would like to join you, and I'm sure many others would also like to join you if the update includes this. If we can host I would say if we can host a Pocket Edition server, I don't see why not.
It probably be very
lower overhead than the standard version.
Very low overhead.
So I don't think that would be a problem. I don't think it's going to be in a update that's coming anytime soon, though. So don't get your hopes up.
Yeah.
But if they do release one and they allow us to, or allow anyone to run the server, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Be interesting.
Couple more emails to get through here, and then we'll wrap things up. Mavic wrote in and said, hey, Joe and Chase, it's Mavic. I was wondering why you stopped the pinball news. I love pinball, and it was awesome when you discussed the pinball news. Bring it back. Sincerely, Mavic. P.S. Do you like basketball or football? I know not really a Minecraft-related question, but why not? Pinball news. I played in a major tournament on December 30th. And it was with some of the top players in the region. I mean, this was a really, really heavy competition, and I got right in the middle of the pack, 14th. So I'm doing okay there. and basketball or football. If I had to pick between just those two, I'd pick football. Joe, what about you?
Pinball's cool.
And football or basketball? If you had to pick between the two.
If I had to pick between...
Yeah. Come on.
European football. All right. Not hand egg. You didn't mean hand egg, did you? If you meant hand egg, that's different.
Well, I guess.
I don't know. You know what? Honestly, for me, when it comes down to sports, if I'm watching it live, I enjoy it. If I'm watching it on TV, I really don't care less. So.
Okay. Final email that we'll do this week. Don't worry. We'll have more next week. Hey, Joe and Chase at Minecraft Me. I'm digging the podcast. My favorites are the Let's Plays and the Showcase of the Week segments. It's great to see all the sweet builds on our server. I've got a question for you, or more of a request, I suppose. I was wondering if you could do a segment on water mechanics. Specifically, I'm wondering how do you refill an area, like a lake, to make it level again? I've placed blocks in the water a few times building a platform on the surface, and I take them out, and when I'm not able to return the water to normal. And given with my best efforts, I'm stuck looking at a bunch of swirly pools or gaps in the water. Do you maybe have a suggestion for returning an area to normal? For those of us who might want to build something and tear it down for the mats, and then I want to return the area for some semblance of its original form. Also, do either of you know of any plans Mojang might have about changing water mechanics or physics? Okay, this is getting long now, but I had one more thought. Could you do a bit about the in-game player economy? I see some trade going on in the chat channel, but like to know more about what's available in the market out there. Thanks for the server and the podcast. Keep up the great work. So a lot of great questions. I know that was a little long, but I thought it was a really well-formatted email, and I appreciate it. I think it's Datsu. Any terraforming ideas? I mean, that's a great show idea, Joe, about terraforming and how to maybe clear a piece of area of land and bring it back. And
the big one is
great idea.
A big part of this question is like making a lake or making a water area. We can cover that. There are some techniques to do a lake. The biggest thing is if you put a block, so if you like build out a pier, if you're not really careful when you take that pier away, that water will flow funny back into that water area. And it has to do with how water works in Minecraft, and it's really hard to predict sometimes. And if you do that and you run into an area that you're like, it looks terrible, I want to fix it, it's awful. If you see a mod on the server, let them know.
Yep.
They have the tools. They can come in and fix it in just a couple key clicks. It's really easy for them when it would take you quite a long time and a lot of buckets.
Yes.
So I think that's probably the answer for that if you're on the server. If you're not on the server and you're playing in your own map or single player, that sort of thing, you can do it. Usually you have to build up a build up so that the water's only one level thick, and then put buckets pretty much everywhere to fill in all the low spots. And then you can dig those blocks out underneath it, and the water will actually flow down and fill up the area. So those are the two ways to do that. Again, the mod route. So far, all the mods who are in the channel have basically said they'd be more than happy to do it. So that's probably your best bet. That's your easiest bet. I mean, because it's quick. What about it? Oh, in player in-game economy. As we mentioned earlier, the in-game economy is totally player driven.
Right now,
that's not something we manage or control or really know anything about. Honestly,
yeah.
I have no idea how a chicken egg trades for, that sort of thing. I really have no idea.
I think, and the reason why we've stayed away from that is we really wanted to make the server very open and community focused. And when you start adding in all these extra things, it kind of can turn some real early learning players off because it just overwhelms them. I know it overwhelmed me. and I still know how to play.
Jumping into a server and having a lot of, having this in-game economy and a lot of stuff like that, it can be very difficult to control and very difficult to manage, and things, people complain about unfair deals and all kinds of stuff like that. So it's really not something that we've pushed for. But people have done it anyway. They've set up shops and they'll trade diamond blocks for so many other kind of blocks, that sort of thing. So, unfortunately, we can't really tell you what is available and what the market looks like because we don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, chat with people when you're on the server.
Yeah.
If somebody's on the server who's willing to sell stuff, they'll tell you, and they'll tell you what it's for. And if you think it's too much, then tell them, buzz off. I don't want it. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
But when it comes down to it, there's no overhead, there's no control on it. So the deal you make with the player on the server is the deal you make. It's not something that we're going to review or look at because it's outside of our little box that we want to deal with. So.
And on that note, that wraps up the questions. As a reminder, everybody.
But it is a good question.
It's a very good question.
I think those are great questions. Actually, that was probably one of our best emails we've had in a while.
Exactly. That's why I read it at the end and finish this off strong. As a reminder, you guys, you can send us your emails, your comments, and your questions, feedback about the show, anything you wish. MinecraftMe@GeekGamer.tv. Also, if you want, you can, like some of the guys did, you could send a video. You could send it as an attachment, or just give me a link to a YouTube, your YouTube if you want, and you can just do it that way if you don't want to attach it. Either way is fine. Keep it under about a minute or so, which would be great. And if you send a video, you will get put at the head of the line. And if you don't want to use email, you can always use our contact form on our website at geekgamer.tv/contact. And there, you can just send an email. Real simple and easy. I want to remind everybody that all of our previous episodes, all 56 at this point, this is number 57, can be found over on our website at geekgamer.tv. And if you like what we're doing, if you support the independent broadcasting for geeks and gamers, we would love it if you, when you're doing some shopping on the interwebs, you can come over to our website under the donate tab there. If you click on donate, it takes you to a page where you can help support us. There's many different ways you can do that. If you're doing any shopping at Amazon, Newegg, Monoprice, Best Buy, you can click on these links before you do your shopping, and a part of your shopping experience will go to support us. Or you can do the old-fashioned thing of donating some good old American cash to us. Yes, we take American cash. But if you are Canadian or are in the UK, if you donate via PayPal, which is the button down here, it will what's that word? Convert the currency for you. All that fun jazz. Hey, by the way, one final note, one important note for you guys to know is we are moving YouTube channels. So what does that mean for you? Well, if you subscribe to us currently on YouTube, which is my account, which is Sir Chaos, there will no longer be new episodes put on that account. Everything GeekGamer.tv related, gaming related, geeky related, will all be put on our new YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/GeekGamerNetwork. So it's very important to subscribe there from now on. You don't have to unsubscribe the other because eventually that's going to be more going towards personal stuff. But if you want geeky gaming or GeekGamer.tv, Minecraft Me episodes, Geek Gamer Weekly episodes, you can find them there at Geek Gamer Network on YouTube. It makes logical sense. I decided to do it for the new year, just to say, finally, Chase, just do it. So I'm doing it. And by the way, we do another show on this network. It's called Geek Gamer Weekly. We haven't done a show in a couple weeks, but we are back this Sunday. Joe usually joins us for the majority of those, and Joe will be there this week. And we talk about gaming. We talk about geek stuff. So if you like this show, you like Minecraft Me, but you also like gaming in general, and you like to geek out, and you like gadgets and gizmos, join us Sundays at 6 p.m. Pacific time at live.geekgamer.tv, or you can always just download it like you download this show through iTunes. Mr. Joe Falbey, you're on Twitter. You do tweet occasionally.
Yeah, occasionally.
At Falbey.
When the mood strikes me.
Then when the mood strikes you, or if you're tweeting the space shuttle. You can follow him on Twitter at Falbey, Falbey, and he's payback in most gaming circles and in our Minecraft server.
Yep.
Joe, as always, it's great to have you back. It's been fun, as always.
Yeah. I got to go back and watch the whole Christmas episode now.
I
don't have anything to do for the next 2 hours.
The transitions were great, by the way. I mean, the editing was perfect. It worked out really well.
Cool.
And by the way, you guys, if you guys want to, you can follow me on Twitter at Nunes, Nunes, and I'm Sir Chaos in most gaming circles and on our server. We do this show every Thursday. Oh, wrong button there. We do this show every Thursday evening around 9 p.m. Pacific time. We go live for our pre-show. And if we can't make those shows, we usually tweet out why, or we will let you know on our calendar as well. That's it. Hope you guys had a great holiday break. We're back for another live episode next week, next Thursday. For Mr. Joe Falbey, I'm Chase Nunes. Thanks for watching Minecraft Me. We will see you guys all again soon. Keep digging.